On Saturday, August 24th at 7 p.m. in Orlando, Florida, the Florida Gators of the SEC and the Miami Hurricanes of the ACC will meet up in a pivotal out-of-conference matchup that could have huge implications. That means we need to dive into this one. Well, for starters, you can expect Felipe Franks to have a rough go at it under center. The Gators' passing offense last year was 82nd in the nation. Our passing defense, first. While Florida's receivers are excellent, we have the athletes to cover them. On top of that, Florida has an offensive line that won't make us blanket those guys for long. More on that in a bit. Look, you're right to say you have an excellent defensive secondary, and I'm not saying that you don't, but you're kind of skewing the facts just a little bit, don't you think? Sure, we were 82nd in the nation in passing offense last year. We also had a well above average rushing attack that made us not have to pass that much and go by air. I'm pretty confident those numbers are going to increase this year, especially given the poise I saw out of Felipe last season down the stretch. What you need to be worried about, Miami fans, is your own dang passing attack. You were 112th last year in passing offense, and while I imagine N'Kosi Perry will be the quarterback out of the gates, you kind of have a little bit of a controversy there, Like I said, Perry's probably going to get the nod, but you'll probably play Tate Martell looking for a spark that you ain't going to find. Our defensive line is monstrous. Adam Schuler, Kyrie Campbell, Jabari Zuniga, whoever lines up in the QB1 slot for Miami on August 24th is going to be running for his life all game long. And what's even more, there's just so much depth there. We will be well energized for this one, and we won't fatigue out. I promise you that. Oh, so you want to talk about fatiguing out, huh? Your offensive line is returning next to no one, bruh. And you talk about your defensive line as if we don't have a good one as well. Jonathan Garvin and Trayvon Hill are going to be an absolute nightmare for Felipe. And then there's our linebackers. They make up a top 5 unit in all the nation. Hands down. Zach McLeod, Shaq Quarterman, Michael Pinckney. As good as Florida's rushing attack can be, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem given our front 7 and the talent that's there. Then when you throw in the fact that Florida's offensive line is just absolute trash, I think it's safe to say we'll be spending a lot of time in the backfield. Yeah, well, that's also what Michigan fans said for the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl when LaMichael Pirine went 6 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown against them. Now, I know you Miami Hurricane fans aren't really that great at math, so I'll help you out just a little bit on this one, okay? That's 12.7 yards per carry. Add in Malik Davis and Damian Pierce, and I'm starting to see your passing attack argument just fade a little bit. We'll move the ball on the ground and we'll set up the passing attack rather nicely. I'm confident in that. You're confident. Yeah. In Franks' throwing ability, weren't you guys putting him on the chopping block last year and leaving him high and dry? Maybe. Maybe not. Look, the point is that Franks will be fine. I'm not even sure why you keep bringing him up. Don't forget, he has Van Jefferson, Josh Hammond, Kadarius Toney, and Trayvon Grimes to throw the ball to. I'll take our core of wide receivers against any secondary in the nation. Yeah, well, I'll take Jeff Thomas, KJ Osborne, and Brevin Jordan, who just might be one of the best tight ends, and all that young nucleus over your scrubs any day of the week. Interesting. Now, would you take any of those amazing linebackers that you mentioned earlier against our very own David Reese? Absolutely I would, and we'll see just how good Reese is when DJ Dallas is running through his defense for 60 minutes. Did you know that he averaged 5.7 yards per carry last season? Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that your O-line is very, very inexperienced. Don't y'all have like one 1-year starter, one 2-year starter, and the rest of the unit is completely and utterly raw? If by raw you mean talented, then sure, that unit's pretty raw. No, I'll tell you what's talented, that UF secondary. CJ Henderson? Check. Marco Wilson? Check. Trey Dean? Check. Jawan Taylor? You got it. Check. Heck, come to think of it, we might see more than N'Kosi Perry and Tate Martell trot onto that field. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath, and I can't wait. All that talk about you being the #1 passing defense in the nation last year, you forgot to mention that we were 13th. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was just such a huge disparity. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to my boys DJ Ivy, Trajan Bandy, and Bubba Bolden. They are every bit as legit as your squad is, and then some. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty confident that Franks isn't good enough to throw those excellent wide receivers open, and they're not good enough to get open on their own. The U is back under Manny Diaz, baby. I'm as sure about that as I am that Florida fans wear their girlfriend's jorts. Yeah, we've heard about us wearing jorts and the U being back for years. I could have sworn it was Mark Richt that was going to get you back there though, right? Whatever happened with that? We'll see on August 24th. I'm done yapping about it. You better come back after the game. Imagine that. A Miami fan who shuts his mouth. I didn't even know those exist. See you then, dude. My apologies in advance. Now I'll open up the floor to you guys. Who is going to win this one and why? Comment below, I'll see you there. Make sure also that you subscribe to the channel. We'll be here all season long talking college football, the sport that we love. Lastly, if you think you know more college football than me, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at LegoOnFuego. I'll be setting up a college football pick'em page sometime before the beginning of the season. On that Twitter account, I'll give the password and the information to get onto it. We won't have any kind of cash prizes or anything like that. I'm sorry, I'm broke, but there will be bragging rights at stake, and I want those. We'll see you guys again really soon.